Hello and welcome to the Legacy Crusaders YouTube channel. This is Benji, and today I'm joined by Endgame. Say what up.
Hey, hey.
All right, so I'm at Endgame in the Cut Yugioh Podcast Discord server, and I was asking around for duelists who think they could learn a little bit more and do a little bit better at Yu-Gi-Oh! So the goal of this series is to do what every top player suggests, which is to try and get someone to play with someone that is either better than them or knows more than them, or at least knows something different. And the idea is Endgame is going to tell me what to do through a few games on YGO Pro, and I'm going to try and correct some thinking or suggest some other options that weren't being considered over the course of some games, maybe suggest some deck list changes at the end. Hopefully that makes sense. It's similar to the How to Play series, except I'm bringing on someone who didn't necessarily consider themselves an expert with a deck list, but more or less might want to learn a little bit from just, talking to other players who might be better than them or might not be. I don't know. In the long run, I might not be good enough to help anyone with anything, but I'm going to try because I can't ask someone else to do this,
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, that's completely fitting.
All right, cool. So, hopefully you guys enjoy this. So, Endgame, this list you said is Hakuna Matata's list for the most part, minus a couple of minor changes. What's different in this list? If anyone's not familiar, Hakuna Matata topped the YCS with Cyber Dragon. What's different in this build?
Literally one thing. I added a Cyberload Fusion because I think that card is very strong, and honestly, whenever you resolve Overflow, it feels really nice to just be able to, if you don't want to Verte into Dragoon for whatever reason, you can Verte into Cyberload, make a Rampage Dragon, and kind of pop off from there.
This is a card I've never really tested. I played a little bit of Cyber Orchest at some point, and I was teching a Cyber Engine in some decks I've played. So I haven't fiddled with this enough. I know it kind of locks you into attacking only with the fusion monster that you summon, I think. So it's iffy sometimes, but it's not bad. All right, either way,
it's iffy if you can establish a Seeger before making it. Sometimes you hard draw it. Yeah, I basically picked the deck out from a buddy who has specialized in going second for longer than I've played this game. He's been OTKing with random shit.
Yeah.
So I kind of took it and applied my little net decking philosophy to it to make it a bit less ignorant. Where honestly, the philosophy with this deck is far less to OTK, which would explain the prosperities. It cares more about breaking the board and then establishing Dragoon, Infinity, etc. Just to kind of flood your opponent out from there and just kind of win through attrition.
All right, so if they can't play, you might as well have OTK'd them. Essentially the same thing. You just hope they can't just draw one card and turn it all around.
Yeah, exactly. The strikes on the side are for when I really think my opponent kind of has a read on me and is like, okay, you can go first. Because usually, you can go first, you make a Dragoon backed up by a strike, that can usually get you there. Especially Tri-Brigade, Drytron don't really play through a ton of stuff super well. But I know with the new format, a lot of people are going to be on Dragons, probably. That looks like a really good deck coming up, so we'll see, how that changes. Maybe sometimes you take the L if they make you go first and just commit to going second and being able to kill 100% of the time.
Well, there are enough things to do in this deck nowadays going first where it's not a death sentence. Matter of fact, I find sometimes a mediocre board going first is more than enough to stop people from setting up or getting through. So it might be good enough.
Definitely.
So just looking at this, a couple of things stand out to me I just want to ask about. I don't recall. I've seen the Hakuna Matata deck profile at some point. He was on Dark Ruler, not Droplet. Just curious if that's a change or if it was just Dark Ruler before.
No, he was on Droplet. I just haven't purchased them yet, so
fair enough.
I'm playing the deck. I'm playing the list I'm playing in real life. I could afford it, but I'd rather wait a couple more paychecks. I've done, I'm looking at my budget. I've done enough irresponsible spendings. I actually bought Lightning Storms to swap them off with because I bought CRs because I figured they'd hold value. And I swap them around for whatever I need at the time. So if you want to swap the Dark Ruler for Lightning Storm, and then you can slot the Dark Rulers over the Phantasmes or something. The deck, we can do that. Because I think that's what I'm actually looking at right now.
So that's your plan going forward?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Fair enough. So everyone, you can kind of think of this like a coaching session, only, leaving the... Still, it's open to Endgame's choices since it's still his deck, and we're just trying to see if we can make some better choices in-game and with deck building. In the long run, I think the Dark Rulers are going to become some sort of necessity just for Drytron if it's still good enough. I know people are building variants that reuse the Evo with M7, which I don't know if it's good enough at the moment. They have to play a bunch of what do you call them, megaliths to facilitate that, and I don't know if that makes the deck better or worse.
I mean, it's one of those things where even if they just resolve, like, you can play Eva at 1, and if you resolve it, you're winning the game, most likely.
Yeah, that's usually why I play my going second decks with, like, Droplet and Mystic Mine, and, like, I'll literally just mine them if I can't get through their board, especially when they have all the orange lights in hand to just follow up with. It doesn't work for every deck, although, you know, mining someone, then Zeusing them on the next turn is usually pretty good for ending the game.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I net decked a list that was designed to beat Tri-Brigade Zoo and Drytron at a YCS, and I'm attempting to play it at a local, where I sit down round 1, my opponent goes first and sets 4, and, I'm playing against Altergeist, so that's where the Lightning Storms are coming in. That's why the Prosperities are there to dig for those bomb cards. They can dig for,
Well, now you can dig for Lightning Storm.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's play a few games, see if we come up with some new theory or ideas while playing. All right, so we are potentially going to play against OCG decks or the new cards that haven't been released yet.
Might be interesting.
Well, it's just if I put restrictions on YGO Pro, we tend to wait a lot longer to get games than we would want to.
Gotcha.
Oh, our opponent is making us go first.
Well, that's that's not according to plan. So let's see, we have the Prosperity to dig for something. I mean, the Noxter and Urz don't do a whole lot together. I mean, I feel like at this point, I'd be sitting there thinking for 30 seconds, and then my conclusion would be Prosperity for 6, hope to dig into core.
Want to go for it? Okay.
Yeah. Prosperity for 6, hope to dig into core. See if we can bait it in.
What are your banishes?
So you can banish, for going first, it's kind of ugly. You can banish, like, a Seeger. I'm thinking, because, okay, they're going second. The only good deck that would go second is Sky Striker, so I wouldn't want to get rid of the Phoenix. Because, hypothetically, if we get, like Tikaboot or something, it could be a problem.
Just a reminder, our opponent, may not want to sit through the full length of the time we discuss. I understand.
Sorry, yeah. We'll do a Seeger. We'll do a Seeger. We'll do a Nova Infinity set.
And
we'll do Twin Dragon, Mechaba, Fortress.
The Mega... Oh, this one. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine we'd need any of those things.
It's okay. They're smart. They'll... Wow.
I assume it would be multiplication, right? Or duplication?
Yeah, we machine dupe here. Son of a... Okay, yeah, we machine dupe there. You would probably normal summon the Urz, and then over the course of your combo, you would set up, like, Seeger plus...
Dragoon? Oh.
Yeah. Or you can do Dragoon. Yeah,
it looked like we had Dragoon Nova combo off of that, right?
Yeah, we had Dragoon Infinity there.
All right. Let's try and get into another game and play at a little bit of a faster pace. Just because our opponents are, unwitting volunteers. And while it's good for us to talk through plays, we could talk through plays after we've made them if we really need to.
Yeah, I apologize. I was thinking out loud there.
No, it's all good. You can get away with a lot more of that in real life.
Definitely.
Yeah, online, these people are just, out here trying to play fast, and we're trying to get better.
Yeah, how dare we?
Yeah, how dare we try and get better? They don't know what we're doing. All right, go second?
Yeah, go second.
All right, my favorite part about going second is you don't really have to think about what you're doing right away. You get to, let your opponent plan the play for you, because whatever board they make, we're going to respond to. Interesting.
Okay, 6 Samurai cards. I've never read it. It's card destroyed by battle or card effect. Yeah, that's...
Well, pretty much, they're going to try and search for Gateway to do some sort of FTK, and then we just imperm the Shogun, who's going to try and search it. Well, this could keep him off of the card.
Yeah, I think I would always just imperm the Isold. Maybe that's wrong.
It could be wrong,
but
because
I think for 6 Sam you imperm. Yeah, for 6 Sam you imperm the Isold. For Infernoble you imperm the Pain.
Well, they're trying to FTK, so we might as well just stop them from being able to play.
Yes. Yeah, just put the Drolls in.
Well, we might need these to break the board also.
Well, they're choosing. They might. Well,
they are 100% going first to do a combo and just hope we don't do anything.
Yeah, they haven't seen a Cyber Dragon card yet. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odds are we won't be able to resolve Red Eyes Fusion.
Yeah, take the Dragoon package out. Probably take out the Overflow. And then you can take out the Prosperity.
No, we're digging for we're digging for Dark Ruler and Lightning Storm.
Yeah.
Cosmic's probably unnecessary.
Cosmic's unnecessary, yeah.
All right, because they're probably gonna make a full monster board. We could put in one more card. Duster, maybe, if we had to have like one, just maybe one quick play spell removal.
I mean,
maybe a Lancia, maybe to
honestly,
stop
put
them.
in a Lancia. Put in a Lancia and just send it if we draw it. Just shotgun it.
Yeah, they might need to draw cards off of like Desires or Prosperity or something.
Precisely. Didn't draw it. Okay, cool. No hand traps.
Well,
all right. Please don't have drawn FTK.
Well, we get to talk about what we would do with this hand if we were going first while we watch them just do whatever, since we have no real responses.
Yeah, definitely. This is an interesting one. You have the Hers to make the Galaxy Soldier discard like super value. So,
I imagine we'd start with Core to search Repair Plant.
Yeah. Start with Core, search Repair Plant.
Go into Almirage and then, just to get value out of the Hers to get the Core back.
Yeah, you would do that, and then you kind of ladder into Dragoon, and then you try and use the soldiers to make a Infinity afterwards.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
It does. Then, I guess the Core might also search Overflow.
The Core can search Overflow. Thinking, yes, because you normal the Core, and then assume it's going to get hand trapped because it's a Cyber Dragon Core. They'll lash it, and then worst comes to worst, you would get an emergency. You would use the emergency and get like Noxter, and you'd have the extender through there. But the only thing is, if you had to use the effect of Noxter to Reborn, let's say you get hand trapped again somewhere along the line, it would lock you into machines, so you would have to go like Seeger Infinity, which is still not bad, but obviously it's not a Dragoon that's insurmountable. Are they actually just going to FTK here?
It is. Because currently what they're going to do is they're going to summon a 6-Am, probably Genba, I would imagine. Or maybe there's a better one. Maybe a Keyzon, just to get an rotation.
No, they're sending 4.
Yeah.
They're sending 4, let's see.
United We Stand is the next best spell. Okay.
Guess. Zaru.
So that's going to search something. The Tuner. Will this let him summon a something? This thing is just here to hold Bushido counters.
It's there for counters, yeah, because Gateway can remove them from anywhere, right?
Yeah, Gateway is insane. The Shogun also gets counters, so when he makes the Shogun, he'll discard a card, I think, to search the Gateway. And then these cards will both be stacking counters for every monster summoned. I don't know if he's supposed to summon a monster. I assume he probably searched Fuma. I don't think Fuma summons itself. They usually just try and loop Keyzon over and over again. Because it can not once per turn, so they just keep adding it back.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, like I said, I'm relatively new to the game compared to a lot of players. I'm playing off and on since like 2019 format.
Yeah.
Just because of like real life stuff. But this is like the point of my life where I can really like dive in and be a little bit more than like a casual at locals playing a $70 deck.
All right.
And I mean, the only time I've seen the 6-Am link is pole position.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Well, they've changed the rules where the pole position play doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that makes me sad or not.
I kind of liked it as a funny play. So in case anyone who's viewing this is not familiar with pole position, it's a card that makes a card with the highest deck on the field unaffected by spells. So you try and set up a game state where that monster is changing infinitely, and then it makes... there was a rule in the game that said you're not allowed to make a play if it would cause an infinite loop. So you would establish a board where if your opponent plays any Yu-Gi-Oh cards whatsoever, it would start the infinite loop, so they would just have to pass turn, and they just OTK them on the next turn. It's pretty dumb.
Yep. I see the Xian. Are we actually getting FTK'd?
It's hard to say. All I know is there's no logical reason for us to... I mean, the problem with scooping is there's a chance we just draw Dark Ruler. Like IRL, they just say, proceed to do combo infinity times and get infinity counters, and then they just do whatever. But we would have to sit through this for a bit just to see if we draw Dark Ruler. And in the long run, we might not draw Dark Ruler, so this might not be worth our time. We should probably just move on. Or...
Yeah.
All right, whatever. If he,
can we ask if this is FTK?
I mean, unfortunately, we should probably go first and not let him FTK us.
Yeah, let's go first. We'll put a Dragoon on board. We'll put an Infinity on board. We'll probably side out of the Kaiju.
All right. I threw the Dragoon back in. Should we leave in the Droll in case he does get to go? Maybe he'll need to add a lot.
Definitely. Yeah. Even the Droll, I'm thinking. What else can come back in? Not a ton. Maybe the Overflow can come up.
Maybe a Strike.
Yeah. If we draw it.
All right.
Deciding is hard. I don't know how to do it.
Basically, you just see what's dead in the matchup if you know the matchup.
Yeah.
All right. They haven't seen us play a card yet, so we get to play cards now.
Exactly. So this hand is ugly, but it is Dragoon. Wait, yeah. We can use the vanillas from hand. We can't use it. So yeah, normal core. We already have the rev system. So what do you think about just going Dragoon with an Overflow?
Sounds good.
Alright, let's do that. So link that for Almirage, and then you're just gonna bring it back to rev system.
I love when this was full Orcus combo. I miss full Orcus combo. Alright.
I didn't even think that would be a legal Mega Fleet summon. It's funny. But yeah.
Almirage and Core? Yeah, it is. That's actually like a way to beat over certain cards.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it doesn't actually matter.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Well, it does matter that potentially if your opponent plays like Crusadia Equimax, this would be a bad play, but we can't really know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, well, I was thinking whatever zone Anima cannot point to.
Well, this can't be targeted, so
Anima... Is Anima target?
Yeah, well...
Well, that's fine. You know, it happens.
Well, he still has to play, and he might not be able to.
Kill us. Special red layer is pretty good. We still have the Overflow. Let's see what he does. He's using, like, extenders at this point, so it's fine.
Honestly, he might not be able to summon 2 warriors if we pop both of these, because we have the Dragon in hand and the Core, so we could pop both, and then we still have Dragoon for next turn if it lives. But
yeah, that sounds about right. That's what I'm thinking of. Part of me wants to let him summon in Isolde first, because then it'll lock him out. Because if he hard drew...
I'm not saying it's a bad idea to do that. It might be better. He'll search a warrior that he can't use this turn.
He'll search a warrior that he can't use, and then let's say he extends. Let's say he hard drew the Immortal Phoenix.
Because I don't want to. I mean, there is the problem of him. Right? Are we going to let him summon any monster he wants? He might summon Fuma, then we can't pop Fuma because it searches, and then we won't know what to do.
You're right. I've never read those 6 Sam cards, so yeah, let's just send it here.
Again, I don't necessarily think that this is the correct play. I don't think there is a correct play. I think popping 2 warriors is going to be essentially the same. He could just special another red layer and then special something else, or he hasn't normaled. So there is that problem.
Yeah, he hasn't normaled. That was my worry, but make him have it. Make him have the Neospace connector or the Subknight.
Yeah.
Because it's like a weird FTK build, so it probably just plays more like extenders. Okay, so he's reborning something.
Okay, so that may have been a mistake. I mean, we could have let him go through Isolde, but we wouldn't have necessarily known what to pop then. I guess if we pop the general, or we could try and pop... Oh, that's a warrior, so...
That's a warrior.
Can he do full combo off of just Isolde? First of all, we're under Dark Ruler, so we can't die.
We don't die. We have a Lightning Storm, so we can at least bait and negate.
Yeah, but odds are we're going to lose Dragoon now, so perhaps it was better to hold the Overflow. Because if he summons a... Okay, he'll get to draw a card, so we won't know where he's going to go.
And then, what did he add off the Isolde? Sorry, I blinked.
Immortal Phoenix Gearfried.
Okay. So we're on a 1-turn clock. It feels like with that card.
Alright, so this one's going to search 1 guy. But searching, the problem with any of these lines is they might involve him having to search Gateway, and then he doesn't have cards in hand really to play with, so...
Yeah.
He's going to pitch the Fuma to search with the General, but then he can't do anything, so I don't think he would do that.
Yeah, he's probably just setting up for next turn. Or... Yeah, sorry, I don't know these 6M cards, so it's not even like a situation where I can give you like my thoughts to kind of.
He's just searching. He's just searching a card. I don't know if he has enough counters to do anything. He might have to draw 2 cards off of this thing. So he's going to draw 2 cards and hope he can play. Not guarantee he can play. He's hoping he can play.
He's hoping he can play without, like, even if he draws into the Flint Lady.
He didn't even attack it over the Verte.
Dude, he forgot to attack over the Verte. Do we just... Oh, we can't. Part of me just wants to make a... We can use Verte again, right?
The problem is, can we do the damage to justify? I mean, it might be more damage to do that than Prosperity afterwards and set up. We still get to pop his guy.
Oh, okay, we have 3K, 35. He has 1,000 on board and nothing. I mean, he could have drawn hand traps, but that's unlikely. Because we can send Cyberload Fusion, summon a Rampage Dragon, and it'll be able to attack 3 times. So 63, 93, 98.
Well, if we use Cyberload Fusion, we can only attack with the Fusion monster, right?
Potentially,
No, we can't. We can't attack with Dragoon if we
right.
do that. So I mean, we can't. I don't think we can win anyway unless we, no matter what. So we might as well
begin
do
with Dragoon
that.
Pop. Yeah, begin with Dragoon Pop.
Well, that we definitely are doing.
That's the. Maybe we. Do we Prosperity after battle? Maybe.
Yeah, for sure. Because doing the 63 is still good, but then we have 4,000 life points, which is a different kind of a problem.
That's true. Yeah, that's.
He might have like a guy he might have a guy he can banish from grave instead. No, all right. So
actually, I'm not sure. I would actually have to ask a judge because I know Verte bypasses like the restrictions. So like on Red Eyes Fusion, so it might bypass the attacking restriction. I don't know how that works.
We'll read it whenever we play it. Should we do that and just try and push with it? Do some damage?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Rock.
This also increases the number of good cards in our deck for the...
Sure. Oh yeah, it pops the dojo too.
Yeah.
Forgot about that. Yeah, and then... This is where I always kind of get lost, because you can send, like... I think here
usually
you
hers
send,
and
like,
core
hers
just
core,
to get the starter in
hers
hand.
core, yeah, hers core, add core.
Yeah, that's usually the common play. Alright, so let's read Cyberload Fusion. And confirm whether or not this is, like, legal.
Dodge!
Alright. But monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn, except the Fusion Summoned Fusion Monster. That's part of the effect of the card. It's not a restriction.
Yeesh.
So I'm pretty sure we'll only be able to attack with the Rampage, but that's going to be a lot of damage. We can normal the core and get something else. Is there something worth searching?
I'm thinking, because we don't have the... if we had a monster to discard, we could make Noxter, and then we could normal core, get Noxter, discard, summon Noxter, and make a Seeger, and then Seeger's game. But maybe
that's actually, well, we can't get to that without using pot, which would mean we're doing half damage anyway, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think just hold the core in hand. It's
all right.
Yeah.
Or we can do it in main phase 2. We don't need to do it now, at least.
Because we've already used Cyber Rev System. We only play one. We could have gotten Repair Plan, actually, and gotten to that Noxter, but again, it wouldn't have appeared. Okay, so you were correct. That's good to know. I haven't cheated anyone with it, but I've...
considered trying, I guess, just out of not knowing.
I've attempted to and gotten hand trapped.
All right.
Okay.
So we don't have an overflow to search, so at best we could just search another...
You get like Repair Plant.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's dig for that strike or something.
Sounds good. Yeah.
All right.
Do the 6.
Should we do 6? I guess we should. What's the most expendable things? The duplicates?
Duplicates, Nightmare Phoenix.
Yeah, I don't think at this point it matters.
Yeah, duplicates, Nightmare Phoenix, Invoked Mechaba, Fortress Dragon. You run a lot of like really matchup specific stuff, so it's generally pretty easy to Prosperity in this deck. Well, I mean, now we have the machine duplication. We can just make a Infinity with the core.
Might as well, right?
Yeah. What's an extra negate between friends?
Just another card to die to Dark Ruler.
Also, my favorite.
What were you saying?
Sorry, yeah, my favorite thing about core is that the.
Oh, can we not use it? Oh, we use Verte.
Not. We use Verte.
Forgot. Oh well. Doesn't mean we can't do it next turn. Dark Ruler again. I mean, they might not have a follow-up in their deck. Like a they have the Phoenix guy.
Yeah, they have the Phoenix trade problem.
I mean, we just negate him in the hand, and it doesn't matter.
True.
Then we just also have to hope he doesn't have Gamma, which, based on his deck size and what he's doing, I doubt he would. It wouldn't make sense. He's almost always got a board.
So he's going to do a bunch of stuff to try and bait it? Unless he can out the Dragoon without using it? There it is. Garbage out of here. Pitch.
Love making Dragoon really big.
True.
Oh shit. We could be dead. We're dead.
Yeah, it appears we've lost the game.
Yeah, negating with Dragoon is sometimes a real, like, dangerous play. Well,
yeah,
they got it. I would say we obviously didn't know the matchup well enough to really plan for what to do in reference to that combo enabler, or where we should have used the overflow, because all we did was have his 2 pops.
Yeah.
Something else that I mean, it didn't come up here, but if we had like a different level Cyber Dragon besides the Cyber Dragon, we could have used the Dragoon to activate the negate in response to one of their cards to put another level in grave, because overflow is based on levels, right?
Yeah, it's different levels.
So, you know, if we had like a Nashter or a hers, we could literally just negate nothing just to put a card in grave. I'm sure that's something you've probably done before, right?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you can just banish it from hand with overflow.
Actually, overflow can only banish Cyber Dragon, and Cyber Dragon, the cards in hand are not considered Cyber Dragon. So, if you're
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
So if I had like a hers in hand, I'd use.
Yeah, you might have to pitch the hers from hand to the grave just to increase the number of pops you have with the overflow. If you've ever done it from hand without doing that, technically that was a cheat. You may have done in the past. I think I've tried it once and found out the hard way.
Thinking. I don't think so, but I very well could have.
Let me just pull up the text just so see it for future reference. Banish any Cyber Dragon or dragons, not Cyber Dragon monsters.
Yeah.
With different levels, so it has to be named Cyber Dragon. And all the Cyber Dragons say when this card is on your field or on the field or in the graveyard. So in the hand, it doesn't count.
Correct. Okay.
Let's try and get another game against something that's less stupid.
I agree. Preferably cards I've read before.
Yeah. It might have been better off if we could have made that. Well, since we couldn't kill him anyway, it might have been better to dig with Prosperity to try and get the Infinity out, just to have a second negate.
I think so.
We would have had a negate for the talents. I mean, we obviously weren't prepared for talents, but...
Yeah, I was just unaware of the dumb Cyberload thing. That's silly by me.
Yeah.
I guess that's why the card's not that great.
It's not, because it restricts you from attacking. So, it's good if you can put out Seeger.
Yeah.
Or you can use it mid-battle phase after you've already attacked to summon Twin. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to start most of your turns by banishing the Twin with the Prosperity, it's usually not there to be used. So I don't know if it makes too much sense to play it if you're playing Prosperity. It's okay.
Gotcha.
Trying to think of anything else that came up there. I don't think there was much else. It was unfortunate we couldn't. It really sucks to activate Prosperity and then not be able to use the card. Well, not be able to game in a deck that should be able to OTK all the time. That's why I'm iffy on Prosperity in this deck. But I guess in a format where if you don't have Droplet, you lose. But I mean, even if you search Droplet, you can't like win.
Yeah. No, again, like I have the like more aggro version that I've kind of thrown together for a more diverse like local meta that we can maybe do like a game with at the end or something.
Sure.
Well, kind of sketch. Oh boy, time to set 5.
Well, good news.
One
We
of
put
those
in a
is
bunch of lightning storms, and we have a card that digs for lightning storm.
true.
Should-
I mean, do we just kaiju this because it's probably Guru? Does kaiju make sense here?
All right. So if we're assuming it's Guru, we are. Our only concern is that we activate Prosperity and then they flip Guru with Final Battle after they see what we're doing. I don't think that's a reason to jump the gun, because that's, assuming one deck in many. This could just be a brick. Who knows?
That's true.
It could be Trap Shadal. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll Prosperity here for though.
I mean, if you know your local meta and you know that they're on like Guru, it probably makes more sense.
That's true. Duplicates and the same we've been doing.
Do we leave the twin to try and use it? Maybe the Mega Fleet looks like it would be less useful here.
Mega Fleet's probably less useful here, yeah.
It probably is useful. Who knows? Come on, Storm.
Oh. Never lucky. Wow, these are not ideal. The hers is nice because it gets you to a vanilla Cyber Dragon. I mean, we don't have anything to make the Duke live, which is just depressing. Infern's probably not that useful here. Cosmic is playable because we can just like try and make an infinity with the soldiers, but that doesn't sound very good.
Personally, I think the hers is the correct choice, just to try and get cards engraved for the overflow to become productive.
Correct. Yeah.
But I don't think anything else is good except for the Cosmic.
Yeah.
All right. So hers good?
Hers it is.
Now, I think we banish the Fortress, making the Kaiju a little less effective. Which is something I should have considered first.
That's it.
All right. So should we attempt to go into Infinity at the very least as bait?
Yeah.
They might just strike it.
It kind of sucks to not really have like anything super good to go off of. Anything super good to go off of with hers. We can get like our Cyber Dragon, which is fine. Be negated. Oh, that chain blocks still. Huh.
Yeah, you can still activate the effect, whether or not it can resolve just to chain block. So we wouldn't want him striking the hers. Because now this overflow is going to be very important. So we could still make Infinity, just to have an attack position monster and run over whatever this is, or try to.
Yeah, it doesn't sound the worst idea, especially because if it's a flip effect, it would still be negated by the skill drain, right?
Yeah, also, we might still want to like put the other Cyber Dragon in grave. Well, we don't need to put it in grave, because we could just tribute summon the Galaxy Soldier and attack.
Yeah. But I mean, if we put it in grave, that sets up, what's it called, pretty good? It sets up Overload Fusion.
Okay, that's a good point. Let's do that, just to have that option.
We'll make the... We could... I mean, depending on how much we respect our opponent, I guess just get rid of the Kaiju. Oh, wait, no, we literally just said get rid of the Cyber Dragon. I'm dumb. Disregard me.
It's alright.
Depending on how much we respect our opponent, we can Unga Bunga for game here. Oh, no, we can't, because Skill Drain. Cool.
Yeah, Skill Drain's a hell of a card.
Yeah, because I was thinking the Rampage effect would work, but...
We can just go into Nova without Infinity, and that way if he pops it, we can, like, get a fusion monster.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. That could get the twin we left in extra deck.
Was it twin, or was it the... Yeah, we left in twin for a change.
With twin and edge.
Alright. It'd be funny if they struck it now. It looks like they might have caught on to what was happening.
Yeah.
You're negated. Empty jar. Fun.
Empty jar?
That is what it is.
Well,
there's no reason to make Infinity currently.
There's no reason to make Infinity, yeah. I mean, Overflow hits any card, right? It's not just monsters, I believe.
Yeah, is there any reason to overflow this?
Part of me wants to try just out the skill drain and then get like the 2-for-1, and then we like make an Infinity for the negate and have that live and just kind of clean the game up from there.
What was that? One more time?
Because we can pop the skill drain and then one of the back row with the overflow and then make the Infinity on our turn and just play kind of Infinity control to win the game. Because against a deck like this, I feel like one negate per turn would just do it.
Perhaps. Alright. I think it makes more sense to make the Infinity first. I mean, maybe
Okay.
not, because they could strike the summon of this if they were waiting.
Yeah.
But now it'll be on immediately in case they were going to, like, flip some other skill drain-like card.
Absolutely, yeah. It just depends on whether you're playing around the summon or... Do we pop double skill drain there?
Dimension Guardian's a funny-ass card that I used to play a long time ago.
Okay. Also, maybe that's the Duel Links in me speaking, but I noticed they didn't have like a pause to like in there. So it tells us they didn't really have a response to the overflow, correct? Oh no, wait.
They just they didn't have a response to overflow now.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not too familiar with EDO.
No, that's all good.
Obviously, they're probably running some like garbage battle traps that are just turned off by Infinity.
At first, I thought they might do something after we pop the card, so I thought maybe they'd flip over Waking the Dragon or something.
Yeah. It's pretty good. Emergency get 4? See no reason to not do that.
Summon Core, use Core to search something. We can make a protected Cyber Dragon, but we don't have like an actual Cyber Dragon. Well,
Potential. I mean, we have to do that, right?
well, what is the alternative? I mean, it might bait another card, which at the very least is good. Because then we could summon the Nashter and just bring back the Nova and make another Infinity.
Mm-hmm.
This could protect a Cyber Dragon, but there isn't one.
Yeah, Rev System's not bad. I mean, Load Fusion is greedy because it technically just provides game, but it doesn't seem very necessary. I think Rev System's probably the best since it's a back row deck. We're just playing grind.
All right. Well, we can make an Almirage to protect the Infinity and then try to go into Verte in the process.
I can dig it.
All right. So Almirage to protect Infinity.
Yeah.
Rev System, bring back Core. Nashter, pitch Kaiju. Summon Nashter, go into Verte.
Sounds good. Do we want to just go Naxter, bring back Nova, make another Infinity?
Infinity is a soft once per turn, right? So we get 2, we can do it twice?
I believe so.
Let me read that again.
Read once per turn.
Yep,
Yeah,
soft
I don't
once per turn.
quotation marks. Oh, we summoned it last.
Oh, we banished the duplicate.
Oh, we banished the duplicate. That's fine. We just make Seeger. Just make Seeger and attack for game with Infinity, if my math is correct.
He gives him extra 21, so he'd be 46.
Yeah.
Well, let's say super polymerization. Interesting.
Okay, what are you super calling me here? Oh, that's probably the Almirage and the... Wait, you not make Mud Dragon with this?
A Link
A
monster and a
Cyber's got a
Cyber's.
Link. Okay, bro. He takes no damage.
Oh. Well, we just steal his monster and not care.
Yeah. Get.
Yoink.
And then, wait, do we have... Oh, no, you can't overload Fusion into Twin.
We can overload Fusion into the Rampage to pop the other back row, but we might as well wait till next turn when we can negate whatever comes down with Infinity.
Yeah. Unless we want to try Rev System for game, but...
We can't take damage, so it doesn't matter.
You're correct. Yeah.
Search Torrential Tribute.
Search Torrential Tribute. That's fine, I think.
Well, the question is whether we should negate it now, because that could be bait to make this card live, but it wasn't used before, so odds are it's nothing.
That's true. I'm gonna just negate it under, hopefully.
Worst thing that happens is that they strike there, and then they set Torrential.
Do we have a regular Cyber Dragon engraved? Can we just Rev System for game? We don't. The Xyzes are not counted as Cyber Dragon. Is Seeger?
Yeah, it's a Cyber Dragon.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Rev System target Seeger. Could have done
Fortunately,
it
it
last turn,
doesn't target. Well, they can't take damage because of the Earth
they
Golem.
couldn't take damage, yep. But, yeah, easy clap. Indestructible Seeker. Strong.
Can we use this in the damage step? We can, right?
Yeah.
That way, if they had a Mirror Force or something, they've missed their opportunity to use it. I feel like Seeker would be a lot better if you were allowed to activate it outside of the battle phase, even, you know, just in preparation. Sometimes you want to, like, link it off.
Definitely. Or, like, even on, like, your opponent's turn, like, they're about to, like, out it with something and you go, like, in their main phase. Okay, Seeker target, you know, whatever.
All right, we're stopping Empty Jar, I think, right?
Drolls, yep.
Yeah, you can't empty the jar if the jar has the cap put on it.
Do they
Duster.
vanish? Not really. Duster's good. I mean, get rid of the imperms. They're probably not going to do a whole lot here.
Well, they might stop the jar, but I mean, yeah, it's probably not that useful. We just got to cut one more.
Kaiju.
Yeah, that's useless. Yeah. It should be useless. But then they'll surprise us with something like their own Dragoon. They'll just like start the turn with Dragoon.
That would be very funny. Honestly, I'm for it. This just draws really awkward hands.
Ah.
Oh my.
The homie. So Power of the Guardians is an equipment spell that says every time you declare an attack, you put a counter on it.
Yeah, this is a Duel Links card.
All right, so I guess we dig for a potential monster out that can out this card. Well, we have Overflow. So a Cyber Dragon card would allow us to out this later.
Absolutely, yeah. We're digging with Prosperity here 100%. And then Power of the Guardians, it would gain it, and then it would like protect itself, so we would have to Duster before we attacked it.
Yeah, so we are going to have to do that, but we'd like to know we have an out before we do that.
Yeah, bench. So we sided out the Kaiju, so the Fortress is
less useful.
very dead. It's there to contact fuse away Mecha Buzz.
Alright. Emergency search for
Emergency
search core.
I guess? I don't know, it's kind of weird because there's nothing we can really just normal summon out this.
There is nothing we can normal that's in this build. If you played something like a Veer, you'd be able to do that. Not saying that Veer is good.
I've considered it. I have one right here, actually. That's the chain blocker.
Yeah.
Actually, no, Veer is 1100.
Oh, isn't it? No, but it gains 5 at 16 after its own effect,
Does it?
right? It becomes 2116, I think.
Each Cyber Dragon you control. Yeah, you're correct. Okay, I've never read the second effect.
Alright, so we could get hers to float into a Cyber Dragon after this, but then we can't really summon Cyber Dragon, or we can get Emergency to at least get Core, which I think is better.
Yeah.
Just to, like, get more monsters.
Emergency can get Core. Core can get... I mean, we already have the Overflow. Core can get, like, a repair plan or a rev system.
And we can Duster him next turn, right?
Yep. Yeah, I don't think we're under threat of dying to Fossil Dyna. I feel like the rev system is decent.
Well, we could just get another emergency to search a more appropriate target next turn.
That's true. Yeah.
That way we could search hers and do the Galaxy Soldier thing.
Yeah, sure.
And the question is, do we set the Overflow this turn, or just wait till next turn?
I think we can set the Overflow this turn.
Maybe he'll pop it and we'll get a search. But I really like Power of the Guardians. It gets pretty big, it protects your monster. It's a solid equipment spell.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh god.
It's better than United We Stand. And what the...
Are you familiar with Gemba?
Not this one, no.
Alright, so... We obviously have to... there's a lot of shit going on here.
There is. I mean, this is going to be a juicy Duster, but the Power of the Guardian is going to protect itself.
Can it protect itself?
Oh, we can.
No, that's what I was checking earlier. Let's read
Okay.
White Veil. All right. When an attack is declared involving the equipped monster, face-up spells and traps your opponent controls have their
Harmonies.
effects negated. So we have to use it early. So when the equipped monster destroys an opponent's monster by battle, so Genba can get over our monster. Destroy all spell and traps your opponent control, and that player takes 3,000 damage. All right. All we really need to do is kill Fossil Dyna.
Yeah.
So let's just do that before he attacks.
I agree. Yeah, just overflow, banish core.
But we're going to wait for the start step of the battle phase.
It's good. Started.
Is there a reason I can't activate the card?
It seems like he's waiting. What?
It did not give me the prompt to activate a card at the start of the battle phase. Oh, it's because the core is on the field. It needs to be in the graveyard, I think.
Oh, you are correct. Ah! It says it can bounce. Alright, search with overflow, whatever.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. So, what to get?
What can repair plant get? Repair plant is live now.
Well, it'll give us more
Basically
options.
nothing.
I think the only other option, though, is the Galaxy Soldier.
Yeah.
So, I guess we just have to get... well, we have Emergency in hand already, so it's either Rev System or Repair Plant. We
Yeah,
already
get
have the
Repair
Galaxy
Plant.
Soldiers, so I guess it's Rev System.
Oh, sure, rep system. That's probably better, yeah.
Did we take out Imperm? We might have.
We did. We 100% took out the impermanence.
Well, you know, it looked like a weird deck, but it was kind of hard to read exactly what weirdness they were playing.
Yeah, I figured
Oh,
the trolls would be
broken. This is
oh,
absolutely insane.
yeah, we're very skilled gamers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but you don't have to be good if you're lucky.
Oh my god, the white veil burns him for 3k.
Oh, that makes things really easy.
Yeah. Now we get our
Hers.
core and we play the game.
Well,
Or
core's
hers?
engraved,
Yeah, hers.
so hers can add back core, right?
Yeah.
So we can get Infinity out.
Yes.
This is especially useful if they have like a Veiler because, you know, we already have the other Galaxy Soldier.
True. And then we'll make the Infinity first to protect our normal summon. Pretty good.
Is there a Cyber Dragon engraved? The hers is there, right?
Yes, hers is still.
I mean, they could be playing Nibiru. I doubt it.
Yeah, somehow I doubt it.
It'd be really funny if they're on Goddess of Sweet Revenge. Have you read that card before?
I think so. That's the one where, like, if you get direct attacked with a completely empty board, it, like...
When you just happen to have this random ass card in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I think we can just make Dragoon with the two little guys, right?
I mean, we have game if we just make Seeger an attack, right?
Yeah, we can make Seeger.
Actually, Seeger's 21. If we have to negate something, then we would have less damage. So yeah, we should probably do Dragoon.
Yeah, if we've decided we're not respecting Nibiru, probably just Dragoon. Safety.
Well, it doesn't actually matter which spell we use. Either way, we get the damage.
Yep. And when it's at the point where you don't matter, you choose the most expensive cardboard possible.
Indeed. You know, if your opponent doesn't want to wait for it, they can always press that surrender button in the top left corner here. So Genba's a floodgate that says defense position monsters can't be attacked, and face-up attack position monsters can't use their effects. So when you normal summon that card, it's like a floodgate. They just have to protect Gendo until it gets to defense position. Because then it can't be destroyed. So that card is really annoying.
Yeah, I can tell. That guy just wants to watch the world burn as locals.
Yeah, it's that kind of deck. Although we were unable to get like a seriously good match.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. But yeah, honestly, just sitting in kind of the back seat watching you pilot is pretty nice. Yeah, it feels like you're doing a lot of things like instinctually that would take me a few seconds of thought.
Well, in a lot of cases, there really aren't as many options as people think there are sometimes. Like, when you only have, like, one option, you do the one play, you know? And if our option... I mean, we had a couple of really easy options, like, we have to kill Fossil Dyna or we lose.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
When it came to, like, the Isolde play, you know, we had an option. We either do it then or we wait for what comes out. And we might not be able to pop what comes out, so we might want to pop now, but they have a normal summoned. There's not really, and you know, they're playing a weird build, so we don't know what kind of extenders they have. They could just play another red layer, you know. Sometimes the answer is it's just you're never going to know enough, so you might as well just make a choice and move it on. In a more meta deck, you could probably take a little bit more time and weigh your options a little bit, but technically, slow play is a thing. I'm very interested to see how Spiral does nowadays.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Master Plan is, like, completely banned, right? That's why the deck died?
Yeah, Master Plan's banned. I like Resort a lot. I kind of hope Resort would come back. That would make a Sleeper worth playing. Like, some sort of Sleeper Turbo deck would be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so many of their cards are limited. And the truth is, they probably could literally just have the hit to Master Plan, and the rest of the deck is probably fine to be at 3. Well, maybe not with all these machine dupe targets.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a huge fan of Spiral Resort's random ass maintenance cost of just like recurring your resources. Like, put back your cards. Sure, why not?
Yeah, sure. Gladly. All right.
All right, so Sleeper Dragoon, he's going to protect his guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me read Sleeper. Dragon Spiral card you control, 2 cards your opponent controls. And then the last resort gives him, like, protection, right?
His cards can't be targeted, and then this card says the
No,
targeted card can't be destroyed or targeted. So,
okay, yeah, the last resort. So he has 2 Dragoons, effectively.
well, 1 Dragoon and a double Masterpiece.
Yeah. I mean, Lightstorm Callback Arrow would at least get rid of that protection if he doesn't, and it would force the Dragoon negate.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel too bad.
Also, yeah, it could force the Dragoon negate. We're not going to get him to negate the monster destruction because I don't think he cares about these. So if we're going to use Lightning Storm, might as well just call back row.
Yeah, absolutely.
This could be like Utility Wire, which is at least a card they might care about.
Yeah. And I mean, they could value the protection at least a little bit.
All right. So we baited an Ash. We think about it.
Yeah. And then do we just do it again?
I
don't see a reason to not.
There is no reason to not.
Because they know we're on Cyber.
They don't know where we're on, right?
They saw something with the Super Agent, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. Well, what do we draw for turn? The Nashter. Yeah, they do know what we're on. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot that. Good point. So this card now, it has to pop a Spiral card, which if it's this, if they destroy itself, it like destroys all their board, and then they summon 1 monster. So if we like set hers and make Mega Fleet, then they only have itself to pop, is one thing to keep in mind. The Dragoon can't be destroyed. It seems like we need to get a Kaiju, so at some point we have to put the Repair Plant in the graveyard. We then need a way to summon something.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Urz line sounds pretty good, because that would get a Cyber Dragon card in graveyard to make the Repair Plant live. We'd search the Kaiju.
But that would involve a normal set, whereas we could...
Do we special summon the Cyber Dragon then, maybe?
Well, he might just immediately pop it, and then the Sleeper's baited.
Which is something. But I mean, how much do you think he cares?
Well, we can normal the hers. Well, we can special Cyber Dragon. Normal.
If you special Cyber Dragon and he pops it, you can You can go Noxter, bring back the Cyber Dragon.
Well, he also might not respond to that.
Which makes
where if we special Cyber Dragon normal hers, we might be able to make Almirage to protect the Cyber Dragon. Then we can link off his guy and then protect our Mega Fleet.
That doesn't sound bad. I'm kind of focusing on Seeger as our primary out to Dragoon because we've baited the thing. So
Okay.
as long as we're able to bait the Last Resort or the Sleeper, I think we can get into that pretty okay.
All right, so he might pop the Cyber Dragon. He might not, but Seeger
And
for
that's
outing
perfectly
this is
fine.
good.
And then obviously if he pops the Cyber Dragon, we have the Kaiju to out it, and then we have the Noxter to bring back. We can swing over the Vert. I mean, he probably doesn't play another fusion spell. He probably just. Can I read? Oh wait, can I read Double Helix? Does it have? Is that like a once per turn, or is that only on turn?
It is a once per turn on their turn.
Yeah, so it would be. Yeah, you'd probably just make a fleet that away here. Garbage out of here.
So now Sleeper has to destroy itself, which would destroy the Verte, which would then summon another Spiral monster. So
Yes.
now we should Kaiju, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we should be Kaijuing the Sleeper.
Correct. Because then we have the Seeger access to out the thing. Dragoon.
Yeah, well, at this point, he's either going to use it or not.
Yeah. And he's decided to not. Okay. You know what they say, use it or lose it. Get that Sleeper out of here, we're gaming. Curse. And then here we're locked into machines, so Noxter. And then we get the curse to chain block. And hypothetically, if they had a bell, it could matter. Cyber Jack feels okay.
Okay. Do we make a fortress and then use the fortress to make a Zeger?
You can do that, yeah. Oh,
Again, I don't really play Cyber Dragon, so if I make a bad
no,
suggestion-
that's perfect. Yeah, no, that's great. That's way better than what I was doing when I realized, oh, I guess we're just not outing the thing.
it can increase its own attack, right?
Yes.
All right, so but it just won't do damage.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of decks I don't play because I don't feel like they're versatile enough in what they do. Cyber Dragon's been surprisingly versatile from like the videos I've seen from like Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, no, like the cards are not bad, and I mean, like you saw there, like just getting the way Kaiju into Fortress Dragon into almost as like an extender while outing something, like it turns any Cyber Dragon you have on board into removal and to beat sick, or removal and a way to make Seeger, which is half of your win condition right there.
Gotcha.
There's a lot like I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even see the Fortress play. That was my worry is on the crackback is we're still facing a Jizukiru.
Yeah, no, that's why we give
But
machine
you
kaijus.
handled that.
Um,
I figured it was just because it was searchable. One of the rare situations, machine dupe is dead.
what are the options? Well, can we boost target a machine monster you control with 2100 or more attack? So we could boost this by 21, right?
Yeah, we can boost the Mega Fleet, swing with the Seeger, and if it's sub 21, we win.
I mean, the odds of it having enough defense to like fend this off is very low.
I know, but it's EDO pro gamers. I don't trust them.
Wind statue, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, in Spiral?
Yeah, the if he opens like machine dupe and the drone, I think is a wind, he might be able to do that.
Gotcha.
Now, Spiral back in the day is traditionally like weak to Droll, and Dark Ruler is something that they didn't have to contend with, which might be good.
Yeah, sounds good. We can drop the Cosmic for the Drolls, and then I'm not even sure.
They might make us go first. There's a possibility.
There is a possibility that. So maybe the Dark Rulers are. If we get rid of anything for the Dark Rulers, I think it would be the Lightning Storm. But that might be incorrect.
Well, The Dark Rulers without the barrier statue, which is more important, I think, than
Yes.
popping the board.
Yeah.
It outs all the threats on the board,
Mm-hmm.
rather than just like some of the threats. Like we actually hit a Fog Blade last time. I didn't even notice it until I looked in his graveyard at random.
Oh. Good for us.
Oh look, the Ultimate Wizard.
Yeah. He's glued to your hand. You get used to it.
That gets
No shot rash in this, right?
No. We're gonna try and ash the double helix, or we're gonna try and hold it for the Simorgh.
Yeah, like the fact that you just know like modern Spiral win con is like crazy to me.
Yeah, they don't really have anything. The link climbing has been like really slowed down since they brought Master Rule 5 back. No one needs to like climb into like a tri-linked tri-gate wizard anymore.
Mm-hmm.
To make these random negates that just can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Yeah, Spiral Extra Link was pretty crazy back in the day. So was Goki Extra Link, same thing.
Gotcha.
Alright, they'll know what our top deck is. Oh. What are they sending?
I thought that. I don't know.
There are 2 cards they could send. One lets them summon one from grave. Oh, they rage quit. Alright. So let's go back to the deck list. Alright, so now that we're back here, is there anything that you think would be worth changing or that you've considered that we can discuss that might not have happened, that if we would have put in different cards, they might have been better?
I'm mostly focusing on the loss.
What did we lose to? Talents?
Yeah, we lost to primarily Triple T, which is kind of a pain. Again, I mean, Droplet kind of alleviates that to some extent because you're negating with a non-monster effect. But, like, kind of just the way that happened, you know, he had it. He was a good player, so he had it.
Yeah, that is part of it, you know.
Honestly, I mean, obviously, for, like, a competitive Cyber Dragon list, this feels pretty good. Cyberload feels a lot more mid than I initially thought, so I might, like, cut it and play double Overload, because at Locals, it felt like whenever I was drawing Overload, it felt pretty good.
It's definitely good versus the trap matchups. Yeah, I don't think Twin is worth this. I don't think Twin and Overload or an Overflow, or what is it called? Cyberload? Cyberload is probably not worth the...
Cyberload.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it. The restriction's pretty deep. You could probably do almost the same thing with Overload in almost every case with the Chimera Tech. It gives you that alternate option to pop back row, like you Overflow them and then you Cyberload afterwards. But you could just do that and like twin them or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Or I think some lists play Storm Duster. So you activate you activate Overflow, then you Storm Duster your opponent's card and pop your own Overflow, and then you get the Search a Cyber Dragon spell trap.
It's kind of cute. It sounds kind of slow.
It is, but there is a trap build that doesn't play like Machine Dupe. It doesn't even play 3 Cyber Dragons. It plays 1 Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, I've heard about Trap Cyber. I've heard, like, I saw like the Team Sam profile on it from a little bit ago.
Yeah, it's the Yassine 616 build. Or 656. He's got like some ICS top, I think Niagara with Cyber Dragon traps.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, dude seems really good. He's taught me a lot just by watching his content.
Yeah, sometimes he goes into very, very specific scenarios that just don't apply to like everybody. So I mean, you know, people are learning something new all the time, but which is good. The more things you know, the more you can make decisions that are relevant to your deck with similar interactions. Is there a reason you chose Cosmic over like Twin? Can you not handle the discards, or this is just what everything here is like just out of Hakuna Matata's deck list? So
it was primarily net decked.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Nothing wrong. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. The assumption is you want to snipe Revolts in particular. Make them force it out early. Sometimes they will set a strike with it, and it does feel kind of bad to not have Twin. But yeah, sometimes this deck you just want every card in your hand. You're running a lot of spells that wouldn't do a lot for you if they're discarded, and even your monsters don't do a ton if they discard them.
Minus
it's really
like,
only hers.
literally 1.
Yeah, it's only hers that has like a proactive effect. So it doesn't feel like a deck that really wants to be discarding cards. Like Tri Brigade, you discard extra Tri Brigade names. You know, you feel pretty good. Or you're all like 1-card starters, 2-card starters, to where you don't really need access cards and you'd rather just have the tempo. But in Cyber Dragons, I feel like a lot of times you are kind of using your whole hand to, force things to play through boards, to where sometimes just the 1-for-1 feels like enough.
All right. Well, simplifying the game state can let you do a lot when you're on offense. I think the lightning storms are definitely helpful because you don't have to
Lightning
guess.
storms are awesome.
Yeah, you definitely not having to guess where the revolt is probably going to be a big increase automatically, just by hitting them. But whether you need storm and cosmic might be like something you might want to change. Like maybe run the dark rulers over the cosmics and bring the cosmics in when you need more back row removal, or you're concerned about order or something.
That's definitely an option. Yeah, because this deck was created before I bought the lightning storm, so
I hear you.
I'm kind of tweaking stuff.
Just trying to
the deck list is never complete, right?
Yeah, if your deck should always be changing. If you're not changing your deck anymore, then the format's kind of solved for you. Then you feel like you have the perfect deck.
Yeah, in my opinion, the prosperities feel really good. 44 cards, 43. I like going over 40 when I have bricks. I have no idea what the magicians who do the math of what's actually optimal is. I'm entirely dealy crafting here. But going over 40 feels like I'm drawing the Dragoon pieces less.
Well, in a very simple way, if you would play the deck the exact same way at 40 cards without the Dragoon pieces and then just literally add them in, you're still playing the same deck you would normally play with a rare instance of drawing one of those cards. So it's not like the biggest deal in the world. There is definitely a point where the returns are significant on... there's a diminishment in how much you lose from adding more cards at certain points. Every card right away causes more of a problem. I have never had a problem with going up to around 48, which is kind of on the high side, but I usually play weird decks where I don't want to draw duplicates. In this deck, you have a lot of duplicates as well. A lot of cards are hard ones per turn.
Yeah, definitely.
Like opening multiple prosperities can be kind of annoying because you don't really want to activate it twice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I would really love to see someone negate Cyber Emergency. Has that activation ever been negated so you can add it back to hand?
Once.
All right. I was thinking it'd be funny if someone would try to negate with the Nat Beast. Then you could just discard a hers to search something off of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just trying. Nothing else is really coming to mind. Just that I think Droplet would be potentially better, just because you can end the game if you have to use it.
Yeah, definitely.
I play Droplet for that reason in my decks, and I also play it because I play Mystic Mine and I just turn off their cards. Something that might be worth putting in here over the twin would be a Zeus.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have Zeus somewhere.
Just especially if you Dark Ruler someone and can't end the board anyway, rather than making a board with anything, you can just Nova, Infinity, Zeus.
Definitely, but there are times where it feels like I'd rather have the Infinity than a Zeus, and maybe that's just me not respecting Zeus enough.
I'm sure the board state will dictate what's correct and makes sense.
Yeah, because actually, you can make a two-use Zeus format.
Yeah,
which I didn't think of until just now.
As long as you don't have to use the Infinity beforehand or use the Nova. But then, the Infinity can reattach the material, so...
Just kind of there for overload. That's kind of the gimmick, but... like you saw, and it didn't even come up.
Yeah.
Because it's a 1-of that you're Verte for stuff.
Yeah. Alright, well, I think that's good. Alright, everybody, make sure in the comments to, let us know if we made a massive misplay where you would have interrupted the 6 Sam deck. We may have done that early, I will admit that. Any suggestions for changes in the deck list, feel free to leave them in the comments. Any ideas, anything like that at all, leave them down below. Anything else you want to say in game before we head out?
Nothing much. Just want to say kind of thanks for giving me a chance to come on here. It was really cool. I really do think I gained a lot from it. Right. So it'll be interesting to see kind of how the next month or so goes of Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, happy to help. We always do this in the future. See if feels like there's more to learn, or maybe you'll be on a different deck and maybe some other ideas would be helpful to consider. Some game theory just doesn't come up in certain decks. You just don't have the option to do certain things. So you were also playing, what was it, Lyrilisk you're going for? So
Yeah, I want to play pure Lyrilusk when that comes out. I've been on Try Lyrilusk the past few weeks, and it's felt super bad because at like the serious locals, everyone's playing Trizu, so they're like teched out to beat Tri Brigade, and I'm just playing a worse version.
Yeah,
Like it feels like a more gimmicky version.
it definitely
So like
probably is a little bit. I know the deck list I was playing was worse against the Lyrilusk build, but then everybody stopped playing it. And I was like, yes, worked out for me. So sometimes the meta is just weak to something, so they play something else, or strong to something, they play something else. And I guess that's just what's happening.
Absolutely, but yeah, Cyber Dragon's looking fun. Hoping to kind of keep getting better. I'm noticing misplays whenever I play it, so hopefully I can iron those out.
Yeah, as long as you don't make the same misplay over and over again, everything should be fine.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm gonna actually try and contact Kuna Medeta to do How to Cyber Dragon. I brought on somebody else for the previous one. It was like Team Set Pass, but he had like an odd list he wanted to use.
Oh, gotcha.
All right. Anyways, that's gonna wrap things up, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. All right.